Hello, Tamara here. Nice of you to join me. In today's video we're going to be wrapping up the memory book in a box series of videos. So in the last one we actually made up our page. Now I'd made up the other pages in this book, but because I'd made them in black before I'd done the actual video, that's why I've got a white and some black ones. I didn't want to be doing the black on the video. If you want to see this series of videos from the beginning, then I will put a playlist up in that top corner. Click on that and then that will take you to all the playlists in this series. Right, so I'm going to do an acetate pocket on the front and the back. I like doing them because it also means that you can see your papers behind as well, so it's not obscuring the beautiful papers that we buy. So that's why I like to do the acetate. Now I'm using the thick acetate, but you can use just normal acetate. That works just as well. So let's open it up. I've used some of the sheets in here already for another project that I have been working on. I'm really excited to show it to you actually. So let me just get one sheet of this out. There we go. And then I'm going to put that up there. Move that over. Bring in our paper. And then we are going to be ready just to cut out our front cover. So the paper that's going to go on the front cover. So I'm just going to measure this. So I'm going to cut this at 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so that would be 4 pieces you'll need. So one for the front, one for your back, one for the front and back covers, and we'll do the spine later. Okay, so that's my 4 cut out. Now you need to go around your edges, so ink your edges. That is my saying. I keep saying it. And I did pick a tip up from Clare, Charvill, because I've been doing her workshops online, and she inks her edges with a distress marker. Now I can't, one of these, so it's really quick and quite simple to do, but make sure when you if you're going to use this method that you are coming in from the back, so the pattern paper that you're not going to see on the front, always have that facing your right hand side if you're right-handed, and left-hand side if you're left-handed. The reason being that once you start to ink the edges, more often than not your pen will slip off. So as you can see, I just did that there and it's kind of slipped off, so I've got now my mark on there. Now if I'd have done that on the front, obviously I would have had my black mark there, and then you would have had to have thrown that piece of paper away and redo another one. So always make sure that you've got the front of your paper that you're going to see. See, as you can see, it just, I don't know why it just works that way. So let's go in. I'm very pleased that the hairdressers and the nail salons have opened again. As you can see, I've got my nails back. I missed my nails, I think, more than anything. So it's nice to have a bit of colour back on my nails. It's not the same when you do it yourself. Well, I don't find it is anyway. And I don't think I've got the patience to sit so long and do it myself. So I'd rather sit and let somebody else do it for me. Nearly stabbed myself in the hand then with my pen. Right. Okay, so I'm just making sure that they fit. They should fit nicely on there. So we can go ahead and stick these down, but think about first of all what you're going to do as your closure. Now you can do a ribbon closure, you can do a little, I sometimes put a little knob on there with some elastic, that goes really well as well. Just some card that, you know, that with a magnet, that works just as well. You can have a belly band that goes around your whole album. So there's lots and lots of ideas of how to close your albums up. So what I thought I might do, I'm going to go with some ribbon at the minute, I think, for a change, because I normally have a different closure, so we can try a ribbon. So I'm just going to go and choose what colour I'm going to use, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've just found myself some nice purple ribbon, satin ribbon. I love satin ribbon. Give yourself quite a long piece. Now work out how you're going to have it closing. So you can have it with coming from the front and the back, or you can have it where it's at the back and then it wraps round to the front, if you wanted to, and then have a different closure on it. But I think I'm just going to have some from the front and then another closure on the back. So I'm going to have a 2 width of ribbon. So I'm just going to get some tape. So don't put it too near the edge, because obviously you don't want it showing through your patterned paper. So I've just put on 2 pieces of tape. I'm going to get the backing off. 1, 2, and then I'm going to put one just by it, sort of in the middle. So I'm going to have one long piece, and then 2 there, and then I'll cut that off in a minute. And then I'm just going to put 1 piece of tape over the top just to secure that in, and then that's not going to go anywhere then. So take that backing off. Oh, it's really being there we go, difficult tonight. Glue on the back. Oh, come on, glue. Thinking my glue might need a clean. Bear with me. There we are. Right, that's better. Take that. Okay, centre it up. There we are. Like so. I think it looks nice in the cream, actually. This does look really wedding-y. So, but you can see the different, I've done it in different cards so that you can see the different effects that you get with different coloured card. You could actually use like purple cardstock if you wanted to. You could use a different, as I say, different colour card. Works out just as, and it does look just as nice. Okay, so that's our front. So let's do the back. Do the back exactly the same. Now you want to try and get it as central as possible. So I'm just going to sort of by eye it that way, and let's put that there, and next one just there. It's probably a bit big there. Oh, I bought some lovely paper recently. I've sort of oh, it's lovely. It's Charvill, and it is really nice. I've used it in an album that I've done. So it's about there. So we'll move that away. Stick that down. And get roughly the same length. I'm going to trim that down so that it's not as long. I hope I've got them in the right place. I think I have. Let's have a look. Yeah, near enough. Right, just put one over the top just to keep that anchored down. There we go. And we'll put our second piece on. And there we go. Now, another thing that I'm going to do today is what I've learned with doing Clare's workshops. She does something called doodads, and they are little circles that you put on the end of your ribbon, and that just helps them to stop fraying. So we'll do one of those today. So let's go, I think it's this one's the biggest. So cut out 2, okay, so 2 out of your cardstock. Now this is a 3/4 inch punch, circle punch. I've had these punches for years. I bought them as a big set from Crate and Craft years and years ago. And oh, they are my most used punches. I've got different sizes all the way up to 2.5, and they punch every time. They're just really sturdy, good quality punches. So if you wanted to get a circle punch, I would recommend these. Now we need some nice patterned paper, not that one. And then this one, so this is slightly smaller, so this would probably, I think this is a 5/8 of an inch circle punch. So, you just want it so it's slightly smaller, like so. Okay, you probably can't see them. I'll turn it around that way. Oh, figures, isn't it? Can you see how the border? It's about a 1/4 of an inch sort of difference, or 1/8 of an inch. So this one must be a 5/8 punch. So we'll need to do 2 of, so you cut 2 out of the patterned. So I'm just going to get a nice bit of one of the flowers. That would probably be a lot better than having just a blank one. Okay, so you need 2 for each side, but as we've got now, so we're going to need 4 actually, because we've got 2 pieces of ribbon either side. So we'll do 1, and then you can see how we do it. So you've got your cardstock circle. Put some glue onto your patterned circle. I'll just rub that around so that it doesn't squidge out. Okay, so that goes on the front. Okay, like so. And then you take your ribbon and you can put, you either, see what we'll do, we'll use some double-sided tape to help grab it right now, but we'll also put on some glue as well. Okay, so that's one side. So off. That one. Okay. So let's put that there. So what I've done is I'm just going to sandwich that end part of your ribbon in between. Now that will then also help your ribbon to stop fraying. So, and it also gives weight to your ribbons. Now, as I say, I didn't come up with this idea, so Clare Charvill did. So yeah, it's an excellent idea. I just even love the name that she's come up with, Doodads. I think it's wonderful. So what she does on hers, and these ones might be a bit small, what she does on hers is she puts some glossy glossy accents, but I'm a bit impatient, so I've bought myself some little glass, although these ones are probably a bit too small. So that's how you do a little doodad, and then we'll tie these up. So you would do your doodads on all the ends of your ribbon, and then once you've got that either glossy accent or these little glass domes on the ends will help give weight to your doodads, and they will sit nice. So I'm just going to put some glossy accents on the back of this, like so, and then you can see what I mean. So it just then will give you a nice weight to your doodad. You see? Hopefully you can see, like there. So it just weights them down. So you can do them either side if you wanted to, put them on either side, but I would put them on last, and then you can't really see it on here, so that gives the glossy accents time to dry. Okay, so that's the closure done, and let's now start on the inside. So let's undo this. Now we've done the closure. So again, don't forget you will do your 4 doodads. I've only done the 1 for time. So we can go ahead and then add our card to the underside, the inside covers. Right, so we've done that. Let's do then our front pocket. So we said I was going to do the acetate. Now you can either do a pocket that goes straight across, or one that goes down the side, or a triangular one like there, so it's like a pocket that way. You could even do an acetate type flap that you can stick your photographs in. But I think we're going to just go with we're going to go crossways, because I think the other ones we did a triangular one, a corner one. So we go across there. Again, it's really up to you what size you want to make. Now I'm probably going to go about a 2.5 inch height by then the width of my my page, which was 3 7/8. So 2.5 by 3 7/8. So you're going to need to cut them twice. So that's just going to fit perfectly on there. Now you have to remember as well, because you're going to be putting your double-sided tape on the back of this, you're going to cut down the edge of your the width that you can put your tag into. So just bear that in mind. I'm just going to use the 1/4 inch tape for that. Now I do apologise, you can't see it, it's really odd. So yes, I think I have to think of something else to do with that, so it's going to be quite difficult for you to see. You might be able to see it. So I'm going to put some at the side and some along the bottom. Now don't worry, because we are going to cover this, so you're not going to see the tape along the back. So take your backing tape off like so, and then center it up. So oh, getting stuck on the other one. There we are. Center it down like so. Oh. Make sure you got it in the right place before you really burnish it down. So there we go. So that's now gone in nicely. Let me take some black card. There, can you see that? There you go, you can see that now. There, with the light reflecting off it. So when you put your tag in, it's going to just look amazing. So, oh, let's just take that bit out. So to cover the side, so you're going to need about 1/4 inch, maybe a bit more, maybe 3/8 size in a contrasting colour paper. So let's have a look. So you just need a couple. I've done a 1/4 inch, but gauge it on how much you might want to do it 3/8. I'm just going to do the 1/4 inch. There we go. So I've done 2. That's going to give me 1 is probably going to be enough for me. I'm going to turn it that way so that we get that contrasting colour. So you need then to cut your strips down. So this will be 3 7/8 by 2 1/2 either side. So 3 7/8. So that's 1, and then 2 1/2 for either side. That's 1. That's 1. One more. No, so I only needed 1 strip. Depends on what size the card or the pattern paper that you're using is. This was A3, so it allowed me just to do the 1. So what we're going to do is we need then to put them along the bottom. Now we're going to give them a mitre. So how we do that is you take your 2 strips that are going along the side, and you just cut up from the corner to the corner. Okay, I'll bring that up, then you can hopefully see. These are the biggest scissors in the world. So I'm going to go from corner to corner. I'm going to chop them off together. So then that gives you a nice mitre. Okay. Can't stick them on yet because then they need to, we need to do the other side. So make sure you've got it the right way, and then do exactly the same with the opposite end. And again, just cut from corner to corner like so, and then you can stick them down. These are only small, so you don't possibly need an awful lot of glue. Okay, so I'm going to stick the bottom one down first, like that, and then get it out in a second. That down there. I've stuck that on the... Okay, I've actually put my glue on the wrong side there. But I like these happy accidents. Okay, so you might as well do this, the other on the other side to even it out. There we go, a bit of glue. And then, so that then is going to cover those nasty glue edges. Okay, I'll bring that up, you can see. There you go, it's just hidden those tape strips. So then you need to just add then your tag to go in the front, and which I'm not going to do on because we know how to do tags. So you would just, so you put a couple of tags in there, 1 or 2 tags, which will be really nice to go in there. And then we've just got then to do the spine. So the spine measures, right, so this is 5 7/8. I think it's by 2. 5 7/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, so that goes on the back. So you would do that on the back exactly the same, or you could have it, you could have it go in a corner. You don't have to have it exactly the same. So let's do my 1 5/8. 1 5/8 by 5 7/8. There we go. So remember to ink your edges. And then we can glue this on. And then if you've got some MDF words, or if you've got some die cut words, you can put them on the front there to just add a little bit of detail. You could put some flowers on to cut some flowers out of your pattern paper like I've done with these. You could even put a tag on the front. That might be, if you let's make a tag up to put on the front. So let's go with 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, so we put that tag on the front, and just cut your pattern paper out. So I'm going to do it in a different colour. So 4 3/4 by was it 2 3/4? Double check. Yes. So that's then the tag. I'm just gonna, if you've got a tag die, that would be fantastic. You could cut out the tag die to go in. But if you haven't got the dies, and you may have just got a corner rounder tool, use that. You don't have to. You can make your tags up yourself. So I'm just going to use the 1/4 inch rounder just to round the edges. It just gives that like just a little professional finish to your tags. Now I'm going to put a hole, I'm going to put them on, I'm just going to put a hole in the top and put some ribbon through. So let's stick it down. Now I'm just going to use the, I've got on my paper trimmer, I've got a We Are Memory Keepers the Works trimmer, and on the side it's got a tag punch that you can punch out. So let's get the correct diet. So that's my little hole. Now what I forgot to do is I forgot to ink the edges, but you won't forget to do that. So I'm going to actually put around my tag hole. I've also got a We Are Memory Keepers. This is a, do they call them paper fasteners? It just gives you that nice edging around your tag holes. So let's go with the cream. So as you can see, it just gives you that nice, so that we can put over our tag hole, just to make it a bit more look like a tag. So I'm just going to put some glue on my on that side. Let's put it down. Okay, and you would do the same for the other side as well. And I'm just going to go around my edges with a black pen, and this one's running out, so I might just have to go around it again. Because this is hand done, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then what you could do, let me get a different pen, is you could add some lines, so some journaling lines so that people can write on them. So let's go. And because this is a handmade, they don't have to be dead straight. They can be different lengths. So don't get too hung up if you're drawing these type of journaling lines. I'm just going to add some little arrowheads on there and on there, like so. I'm going to leave that one. Might just put some dots either side just to add a bit more interest. Like so. So that then is that. Let's put some ribbon. So you could use different types of different colours of ribbon if you wanted to. Different widths as well would look nice through here, but just for quickness I'm just going to do the one and cut that off because that's too long. And now I need to think about how we're going to attach it. So again, we could add the little pocket at the bottom. That would possibly be a nice idea because it won't be seen then. So that's so let's do that. Let's put our acetate pocket over the front. Just a little, so we're going to make it a little bit shorter. So whereas the one inside was 2.5 tall, let's make this 1.5. So we're going possibly right down. I'm hoping that's going to, yes, that's going to give me enough width either side with that tag to fit in the pocket. So let's get the double-sided tape and take that off. That was a bit taller. And then center your tag, then center your little pocket like so. So again, cut your side pieces. So let's try our 3/8. So 1 and 2. And 1 more. So I've done 2. So the bottom one is 3 7/8. Cut that bit off. And then the other 2 are 1 1/2. So 1 1/2 twice. So 1. Then we can just add them along the bottom. So mine are your edges, or your corners, not your edges. What am I on about? Like so. And then do the next one. And so again, you can put some words on your tag as well. So that will make it very personal, or a sentiment. So it could be, you could put memories, or if this is for a wedding, you could have put the bride and groom's names in, or bride and bride, or groom and groom in there, so that it makes it a little bit more personal to them. You could have this as a little brag book. So grandparents, they carried little brag books around, although this one might be a little bit bigger, too big for a brag book, but you never know. There we go. Or just as a present, if you wanted it as a present, just to give somebody. Maybe you've somebody you know's had a baby in lockdown, and maybe the grandparents haven't been able to see the new baby. So this would be a nice thing to do for them, so that they could see some pictures. So memory books are brilliant. They're so I think they just make everything so much more personal. Okay, so I'm just going to tie that up like so. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to carry on anymore. So there's lots of ways that you can personalise this book. As I say, I've only made the small ones, but you can make it to any size you want, really. I just made this type of book because it was a right size to fit in the box. Now I did this box from Clare Charvill, so this is an online workshop where I did the box. So if you want to know how to do the box, then you'll need to head to her website, which is My Creative Spirit, and I will put all the links in the description down below, so you'll be able to click on that if you want to go and see if you want to purchase the tutorial for that. Thanks ever so much for sticking by me for this series of videos. I've kind of left them a little bit plain so that you can go ahead and then go and embellish them yourselves a bit more. What I'll do is I'll do this a bit more off air, and I'll then put some pictures on my Instagram and Facebook page of the finished book. So you'll be able to see them on there. So yeah, please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Please share this video. I appreciate it so much if you can share this video and with your friends. That would help me immensely. And thanks again for sticking by me and watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.